Today we're going to learn how I used a handful of tools to create this music video.
Broken shoe, dadgummit. Don't have glue, dadgummit. Got a scrape, dadgummit. Out of tape, dadgummit. Yes, dadgum is the perfect on-the-go adhesive for all your mending needs. Comes in spearmint, peppermint, or whatever the hell Dad is chewing at the time. Break your arm, dadgummit. Spill the parm, dadgummit. Break a vase, dadgummit. Ugly face, dadgummit. Yes, what used to be just a big disgusting blob of glarb under the dining room table has been completely rebranded because we as a species have lost our freaking mind!
That was created using several tools that are hot right now, and one of them we just covered last week, which was sort of the centerpiece of this whole production, which was the OpenArt one-click story creator using their music video feature. But then there were also supplemental videos created using Vdo. We use Suno, of course, for the original music, and then we put it all together in Filmora to edit it. While this is not going to be an in-depth tutorial on all of these different services, you will see how I use them. I've done videos on all of these services before, so you can get a more in-depth look at these individual tools. This is more to give you the idea of like, oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Because I see a lot of people get upset when one particular tool can't do everything at once, and that's just not the reality of things, at least not today. What the reality actually is that you often need to mix and match tools, because certain tools are better at certain things than others, or they have workflows built in that make this large chunk of the process much easier. And that last point is why I used OpenArt's music video tool to make the process of doing the lip sync much more automated. Now that you ask, but here's the genesis of this whole thing. We were playing a game in the house and I accidentally knocked over a Hello Kitty bowling pin. That's right. When I did that, in my mind I said, "Dadgummit," because that's something my dad used to say growing up instead of other things, but it had the same piercing feel of what he wanted. Why am I going down this road? Anyway, dadgummit has been this interesting word in my lexicon for quite some time, and it still hovers there in my subconscious and comes out from time to time. Well, in that particular moment, this just spurred a typical Doyle Media chain reaction of crazy thoughts, and I thought, dadgum, what if it was something that could fix things when they were broken, and you could just pull the gum out of your dad's mouth and fix whatever? And then these lyrics here started coming into my head, and so while we were playing this game that involved Hello Kitty bowling pins, I jotted down in my notes app these silly lyrics about broken shoe, dadgummit. Don't have glue, dadgummit. You know, like a commercial. Of course, I tried lots of different styles and approaches and settled on what you heard, which is a 1 minute and 24-second song, which created something of an issue when I decided I wanted to try this with the OpenArt one-click story maker lip sync module, because there is a 1 minute limit there. So when I chose this module and uploaded the song, I had to select a 60-second segment from the song just to run this little experiment. So I just started right where the lyrics started, and then I choose sing mode, and for a character, I uploaded this picture here of this guy, because that's what I imagined the singer of that song would look like. So once we run that image and those lyrics through the magical one-click story maker sing lip sing thing music master monster thing of justice, we get this.
Broken shoe, dadgummit. Don't have glue, dadgummit. Got a scrape, dadgummit. Out of tape, dadgummit. Yes, dadgum is the perfect on-the-go adhesive for all your mending needs.
Okay, we won't watch the whole thing because you've seen it already, but you will notice that that's not exactly what I showed you at the beginning, because not all of those clips were that great, and I noticed that, and I wanted to do the whole song anyway. But this was a great starting point because all the lip sync was taken care of, in this case, as you can see, by the Hydra model, which is not a perfect model, but it's one of the better ones for lip sync. But you'll notice that if we drag the video clip created by OpenArt down on the timeline in our editor, and then drag the original music file, well, the music file is longer because, of course, I had to truncate the beginning and the end to let it fit in a minute. But I really wanted to see this thing through. So I had two different ideas for an approach, and I used them both. The first approach was to use the exact same song, but instead of using the lip sync sing mode, used the story mode. This allows me to create a video of this character following the story of Dadgum without having to worry about the lip sync. This gives me clips that I can put over some of the clips that didn't work out that well or were more irrelevant in the first generation, where the lip sync isn't crucial to see. So that gave me this.
Shoe, dadgummit, don't have glue, dadgummit, got a scrape, dadgummit, out of tape, dadgummit. Yes, dadgum is the perfect on-the-go adhesive for all your mending needs. Comes in spearmint, peppermint, or whatever the hell Dad is chewing at the time. Break your arm, dadgummit, spill the parm, dadgummit.
So you can see it created clips like this that I didn't even end up using. So after editing these new clips on top of the other one, I now had a clip that was visually better mixed, but was still 23 seconds short. So again, this will require all new clips. For this, I chose to go to Vidu and use their new Q1 model. It's newer than the Kling 1.6 model, and I'd had great success with it, and I wanted to be able to put Dadgum in there or whatever else I wanted to, and just in general have the clips be of a good quality. So inside Vidu, I created these short little clips that complemented what was being sung in the song. The video model I chose inside OpenArt was Kling 1.6 Standards, which is their default model for that, and I didn't know I was going to get so invested into this particular project, so I'm choosing to use the Vidu model to create the video at the beginning and the end, and even supplemental video in between that just flesh this thing out and make it look a little bit better. And I was really happy with the results. Now, I did end up cutting a little bit off the end of the original recording anyway, because it was just instrumental and just sort of belabored the point. I just needed to make this a nice little concise demo, so you'll see it's not a minute 24, and in total I really only added about 15 seconds at the beginning and the end. And then that's what gives us this final product. Just to clarify, these effects right here were added inside of Filmora, and I did it to kind of disguise the fact that some of the rendering on the guy's face when he's moving in an extreme fashion is not that good. So I'm just trying to be creative with the resources I've got to use the materials that I've got. Now, I could have gone back into OpenArt, re-rendered all of this stuff with Kling 2.1, but I didn't because I wanted to do it how I did it. But hopefully this will give you some ideas on how you can patch together an interesting creative product, even if one platform won't do everything. If these are the kinds of things you like to learn about, well, why not subscribe to this channel? Because after all, it doesn't cost you anything, and these are the types of things we talk about all the time.
If you subscribe now, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you, and I